Hey, I'm Claire,
And I'm Janice.
and this is The X-Files, a podcast about breakups, broken hearts, and moving on.
We are breakup coaches here to help you beat your breakup
Heal your broken heart.
and move on to an amazing, abundant life. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of X-Files. We've got some really great breakup support for you today. But before we dive into it, we want to share with you something really special that we are doing to celebrate our first year as a new podcast and our success as a podcast and our downloads and
Yeah. Well, when we first started, which was like January 2021,
I know,
if
crazy.
you're listening to this years later, we really didn't have any expectations on how many people would listen or even what like benchmarks of success would look like for us. And
we even talked about it and we were like, I have no idea numbers we should be going for.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
Yeah. I remember the first the first week we had like 500 listens and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. And I
so
remember
many.
saying, I don't know if this is good. It feels like this is good.
It feels like this is good. Yeah. And now we get, a lot more than 500 a week.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in fact, we actually, when you listen to this, we will be celebrating 60,000 downloads or 60K.
Mm-hmm.
And in honor, we're doing a 60K giveaway.
Yay.
And so we'd like to say thank you and expand our reach with a special giveaway for our listeners. So head to our Instagram for your chance to win. We've got 3 prizes. We will draw 3 winners and you can enter several times. We'll get into that. But our first prize is a handmade soy candle from Illuminate Space.
Yay.
Illuminate Space is a small batch candle company out of Illinois that makes pieces perfect to beautify your newly single space. Each candle is made with plant-based essential oils, natural cotton thread wicks, and sustainably harvested reeds. Such an honor to have them as a sponsor, and we look forward to supporting their expansion. I personally have one of their candles. It says, oh look, my last fuck, it's on fire.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
It's
so
female
cute.
run. They're a really, really cool company. We will link to them in the show notes. And we'll send you one of their candles if you win this giveaway. Yeah. And we've also got a box of 10 donuts delivered from Fossil Fuel Collective. This is such a cool one as well. Fossil Fuel Collective is a healthy snack company that provides all of the deliciousness of a snack without the sugar crash. They are keto, paleo, vegan, gluten-free, and absolutely delicious. I'm actually waiting for a box to be delivered this week to my house. I'm really excited.
They are so good.
Yep.
They're so good. And they're a local Colorado company. I think they're based out of Boulder. So we love supporting local, wherever that local is, whether it's Illinois or Denver.
It's a small local business. They're doing really, really cool work. And if you would like 15% off your first order, you can get that. We are going to have an exclusive discount code in the show notes. And additionally, if you win the giveaway, we will send you a pack of 10.
Yeah. And then dun. We are very excited about this last one. Like OMG. So we will be giving away for one lucky winner a Womanizer premium toy from our very favorite female pleasure company, the Womanizer. The Womanizer premium is a pleasure tool that never leaves you wanting more. By choosing Womanizer, you're choosing an entirely new level of pleasure and relationship with orgasm. Sounds great.
Yes, it is. I have been using Womanizer for years, and I can definitely say this is going to change your life. The premium model is the top of the line for their pleasure products. Everyone, this is a really cool opportunity. Head to our Instagram to learn how to grab multiple chances to win this $200 plus product.
$200.
All of it's so cool. I'm very, very excited for whomever gets this. And if you haven't tried suction-based pleasure yet, you are about to have your mind blown. So make sure to go over and enter to win. All of our partners are feminist operated and great supporters of the show. Please show them some love by liking their accounts as part of our promo.
Yeah. So the instructions will be in our posts on the Instagram. When you're listening to this, go to the one from yesterday, basically.
Okay.
On the first. Yeah, and there's multiple different ways to enter, and you can accumulate entries. So go check out the instructions and join the giveaway because we'd love to send you something.
Yep. This is, an opportunity for us to say thank you to our amazing listeners, our amazing community, and, continue to expand our reach now that we're, wrapping up 2021. So let's do it. I know. I'm actually kind of ready. I think
You're ready.
we thought 2021 was going to be the spectacular year.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm happy, but I'm kind of almost as done with it as I was 2020, just because, well, I mean, like I said, I'm a happy person and I'm positive about life, but it's just, it feels like there's been lots of heaviness this year because, we weren't really able to fully put COVID behind us.
Yeah, we didn't
maybe
get
that's
to
what
have
next year will be.
Exactly. Our hot girl summer was hyped more than what it turned out to be. So everyone out there, be safe and continue doing the right thing. And and if you're listening to this, you will likely be relating hardcore to our title. It came out of nowhere if we do end up titling it that. But basically, you may relate to the term sudden breakup trauma, shocked after a breakup, find yourself like confused over what happened and where this came from. And we get plenty of questions about breakups like this because, well, they hurt a lot. So why do these types of breakups, why do they hurt so much? Like you can feel betrayed by the person that you said they cared for you. There's like this feeling of being like lied to when everything seemed fine. You're like, well, 2 weeks ago when you were telling me about this amazing future we were going to have, like, did you know you were going to break up with me then?
Yeah. Like, how dare you?
Yeah. How dare you lie to my face?
I remember I told one guy, I mean, I knew it was coming to my case, but I was like, you said you wanted me to meet your parents.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Or you're like discussing moving in together, something like that. Which actually, I don't know whether we cover later, but I feel like this is not scientific, but I feel like anecdotally, breakups like this can happen after you're considering a big like commitment step forward, like moving in together, getting engaged, getting married. Like I feel like sometimes that can like scare people off and they just like run.
I've also related would be birthday breakups, holiday breakups. I think it's related, once you kind of get to this big thing in a relationship, you could, realize that you don't want it anymore, or it's not what you wanted. It's not what you thought it was. And, we hear about a lot of people breaking up either right before or right after the holidays or birthdays. I've heard as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. So another reason why it hurts so much is you feel deprived of like the fair chance to improve. Like, okay, your partner was unhappy. Like, give me a chance to improve and do something to make them feel better.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really big commitment to have with someone to, work through something like that together. But I definitely see why
Yeah,
people think
that's
that.
why people can feel that way.
Yeah, yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess I'm thinking of the breaker uppers point of view.
Yeah.
Like if you're done, you might not necessarily want to, go on the personal development ride with someone.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess I have definitely been the breaker upper in this situation. And looking back, I knew it was over, and that's why like there were no like opportunities for improvement or anything like that, because for me, I'm naturally very like black and white with my feelings. I either love you or I'm done. And yeah, knowing what I know now, I would be more gentle. But I also don't think the outcome would have been any different in those situations.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So now that everyone's like, well, fuck you, Claire, let's continue.
I've done it as well.
Yeah. I feel like, we understand our own point of view. So if you've been, if this has happened to you, you're like, how dare you? And then if you've been on the other side, you can rationalize it and be like, well, this, and this. And it's like, both sides are right. Yeah. It's not like that's there's right. a wrong side and a right side. So anyway, so another reason why it hurts so much, which is kind of like a normal reason that breakups hurt, it's just amplified, is that feeling of I fell short, I'm not good enough, what's wrong with me?
Yep. Yeah, I feel like if someone were to kind of, quote, drop you, you would definitely feel that way. I can understand the pain for sure. So why do sudden breakups happen? All right. This will help you as you heal to know some of this. One partner not knowing how to communicate that they were dissatisfied. I would imagine that this is a really big one. We talk about it a lot on this show. Communication is easy to talk about, but it's not easy to do. Or one partner not thinking that problems were breakup level urgency or intensity. So basically, one person feels like, this is a deal breaker. One person feels like things have gotten to a breaking point and the other person doesn't. One person being distracted by work or school and possibly not understanding what's going on in the relationship. And one person realizing that a value is a deal breaker.
Yeah. And sometimes that can be a wake up in the morning and suddenly no.
Yeah.
And
I have to say, I can really, really relate to that. I was dating someone and things were going really well. Definitely felt like we were in love, and he had a family and there was lots and lots and lots of drama. And I just remember one day just being like, I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And really, and within a week, I ended things. And I feel like he was really surprised by it, but I just had such a heavy feeling that this is not my future. This is not what I want to do. I don't want to be another player, in this situation. And I just was done.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, this is not what I want for my life. Yeah. And if that's something that's a deal breaker, it's not going to change for you. You're not going to like convince yourself otherwise or be convinced otherwise.
Exactly.
At some point, making it last longer is actually the cruel thing to do. So
and I almost felt like he's got all this going on with his kids and his ex, and I'm having a good time with it and the sex is good and we're having a blast, but like, who am I to continue going on with it for all of these fun things that I'm enjoying in the moment, when I know that even a year from now this is a hell no for me.
Yeah. So, and that's sometimes you don't know what your needs, wants, desires, and hell knows are
Yeah.
until you're in the situation and you're kind of trying it on for size. And then you're
Yep.
like, oh God,
Yeah.
I
And
don't
I
want
guess,
this.
yes. And I get, family drama is the perfect example because,
Yeah.
I knew certainly that, yeah, I had a family, I had met them and everything, but until stuff really started happening and I could feel it happening,
Yeah.
I didn't really know what it meant to be a part of it.
Yeah. All right. So there's three ways that this can kind of happen to someone, kind of three like perspectives. And I think the work here is to be honest with yourself. You don't have to tell us, you don't have to tell anyone else in your life which perspective you actually fall into. But be honest with yourself and see where you fall in these three kind of sections. So, like, number one, it literally did come out of nowhere. Like, everything was fine. And you're racking your brain and you're being honest with yourself and you literally don't know where this came from. Number two, your partner had expressed dissatisfaction, but it was a while ago and everything seemed okay since then. You never thought they'd go through with it. You never thought it was a deal breaker. You thought that they'd give you another chance. You thought that they'd say something like, hey, what we're doing isn't working. That thing we talked about, like, please do better one more time.
Yeah.
And
or we need to do better. Possibly let's do therapy.
Yeah, exactly. And you thought there'd be these extra like stops
signs
along the road or signs along the road. And it turns out that they expressed their dissatisfaction, whether it was weeks or months ago, and things seemed normal afterwards. And turned out that they were dissatisfied enough to leave.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Oh, so we added a fourth. So 4 ways that this can happen. Number 3, your partner did not explicitly communicate that they were not happy, but the signs were there. Like something felt not quite right. Maybe you weren't talking as much. Maybe, like you're just like living together and you just like come home from work and you just follow the steps and you watch the TV and you just kind of, you're just coexisting maybe. Or it could be more than that, where everything seems normal, it just feels off.
Yes, a lot of people say that, when there's infidelity involved, that is just like they couldn't put their finger on it type of feeling.
Yeah. And then number 4, your partner changes their mind as the relationship progresses. People change their minds.
Yeah.
They just change their minds. And you can't protect against that, not with a marriage, not with cohabitating, not with even 30 years under your belt. People change their mind and they're free to come and go as they please. And when you are with someone long term, it's because they're choosing to be with you.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people ask us, how could someone do this, after so many years? And it's just because they do. People change their minds.
Yeah. And you have the freedom to change your mind too.
I was going to say that. Awesome. Yes. I want everyone to know, if you are unhappy in a relationship, there's nothing in this universe that obligates you to another person.
Yeah. You don't belong to anyone
as well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think that makes it really beautiful when two people do choose moment after moment to stay together, is because it's completely voluntary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of work too. And I mean, I know that I can kind of relate to this. I don't want to do the work of a relationship at certain times. I probably will say I don't want to do it now. And you can change your mind about that as well.
Yeah.
I think it certainly applies to long-term relationships. You might just decide it's and not in you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that decision may not make sense to the other person. So, otherwise they'd be like, I have something to say. I have something to say too. I think we should break up. I totally agree. Like, you know, like otherwise,
oh
like
man,
it would be,
we would not be here if that is how
if that was how breakups went.
went.
Yeah, there's
Have
gonna
you
be
ever
someone who doesn't agree.
have you there you don't really watch Seinfeld, do you?
No.
Oh, there's one episode where Jerry Seinfeld is dating Janine Garofalo, and they fall in love and they get married, and then, or no, they get engaged, and then the next season starts and it shows them at the beginning of the episode, and they're sitting down in the cafe, the Seinfeld cafe, and they look at each other and they go, I hate you. Like both at the same time.
Oh my God.
And then they're just like, okay, great. And she gives back the ring and just like walks out, and they're both like totally sitting there smiling.
Oh my God.
And Jerry says it was the first fully mutual breakup in history. And no one believes him. Like he starts dating again, and the women are like, so I heard you were engaged and it didn't work out, you know, like what happened? And he goes, it was mutual. And they're like, whatever, you're lying to me. And
oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a cute episode. I'll find it for you, the number, and I'll send it to you.
Okay. We'd like now to pause for a moment and tell you about one of our favorite podcast friends, Unhinged and Bumbled Up.
Yeah,
I love their name. It's a great dating podcast hosted by two Brits from across the pond who love to chat about what it's like out there. Phil and Jane come together at least once a week to chat about surviving the dating life, finding someone to click with for a night or a lifetime, dealing with some relationship pitfalls, and navigating the tricky world of looking for something.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can tell, there's a lot of laughs along the way.
Yes.
And it's so fun to listen to, and it's great for your moving on journey. If you're liking our dating segments, you'll love this podcast. So go give them a listen and some love wherever you listen to podcasts, and don't be shy. They certainly are not.
I highly recommend their show. All right, now let's get back to it.
Yeah.
How do you heal from a sudden breakup?
How do you heal? That's what the people want to know.
Yep. All right. First of all, feel the feels.
Feel the feels. Give yourself time to like actually experience all the betrayal and hurt and victimhood and blah and blah, and sit on your couch and eat ice cream and watch sad movies.
Yes. Yep. We always let everyone know if you are upset over a breakup, you are absolutely allowed to feel that way. It's healthy to feel that way. Give yourself time. Don't bottle it up. It comes out, when you get ready to date again. So, and if you're angry, you're allowed to be angry. If you feel like you've been mistreated or blindsided, or if you really wanted something to work out and it didn't, you're totally justified in being upset over that.
Yeah.
So if you are healing from a sudden breakup or you're in shock over a breakup, it's also very important to be very honest with yourself. Were there really no signs? Did you see signs and did you ignore them? It does help in this situation if you can try and pinpoint maybe when things started to go wrong, pinpoint what the, quote, issue might have been, pinpoint the signs that you ignored, pinpoint, maybe even your role in how things went down.
Yeah. But while you're trying to piece it together, realize that people are sometimes irrational, and one answer could be that it doesn't make sense to you. And no matter how long you think about it and you're sleuthing and you're trying to play detective and time travel back and figure out what happened, there may not be a right answer. And after a few weeks of trying to rationalize this, maybe your conclusion is that there is no right answer. So, like each of these things are kind of stages, I guess. Feel the feels. Let yourself play the victim and be sad and do all of that. And then start to think about, okay, let's see, are there any lessons from this? Do that for a few weeks, and these stages may repeat. There's more stages. Obviously, we'll get to. The stages may repeat, but make sure you're moving from one to another. Make sure when you're in one stage, you're not stuck in being victim. We'll talk about that. So
yes.
Yeah. And start the list. Where were the places inside the relationship where you were unhappy? Where were the places where you were dissatisfied? And if you want to come quickly to the terms with the reality of the situation, focusing on the parts that you didn't like either will help a lot.
Yes. Yep. And no matter how happy you say the relationship was, no matter what relationship you're in your life, romantic or not, there's always something that isn't, 1,000% ideal.
Yeah.
And I think thinking about that at this in this situation can really help you just see, what, it wasn't right. I think maybe I am better off. So how is another way you can heal from this? So let's talk about replacing the victim mindset. One reason that we continue to tell ourselves and others the story about it came out of nowhere, or, after 5 years, they just ended things, suddenly. These stories help us feel that we are wronged, which help us to feel validated in our pain.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because you're hurt. And if you can tell the story that you were wronged, then you can say that your pain is justified. Well, your pain is, always justified really after a breakup. And our pain has a purpose. Our pain can be powerful. I often tell people who say, that they're either not ready to forgive or that they're angry and that they feel like they shouldn't be. You can use that on your healing journey. Repeating this story, though, over and over is not as powerful, in my opinion. Regardless of how true it is or how true you feel it is, this story is taking the wind out of your sails. It can make you passive, small, and invisible in the story of the relationship. And it's also a really negative story. So instead, we're going to talk about reframing the story of the relationship and the breakup and take your power back.
Yeah.
Which is important in most breakups, especially this type.
Yeah. And I think the reason why it makes you like small and passive is that if this could happen now, it could happen anytime in the future, and it can give you a lot of anxiety about future relationships too. On like the capability of someone to just leave you out of nowhere. And so we really, really encourage you to find some reason that it happened.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So let's reframe the situation. Some thoughts to replace. The sad ones, because the ones that make you feel better, don't replace those. So replace the sad thoughts. So some examples of better thoughts to repeat to yourself are, thank God this happened now rather than later. Thank God we weren't living together. Thank God we weren't married. Thank God, all of these things. Another one, I don't want to be with someone who doesn't give me the respect and dignity of advanced conversations and chances.
Yep.
That's not your person, because they clearly have a value system that's different than yours.
Good point.
Another one, they aren't a monster, but I deserve someone who communicates openly, even when it's hard and they're imperfect. Like, we all come with our own junk. Some of us are going to come with junk that allows us to communicate in a more open way that you would prefer. Some of us are going to come with junk where they keep it bottled up until they just disappear one day. So, if you would prefer the first, great. You just cross someone off the list who had the latter. Another one. Now I see the signs that I had overlooked as signs that in the future, when I come across them, I should start a conversation myself about my partner's satisfaction.
Yes, that's so good.
The silence and the not communicating and the feeling like something's wrong, that's now something you look at as your opportunity to say, hey, something doesn't feel right. I really want to this to be a safe place for us to communicate. And, I care about how you're feeling and it feels off right now.
Yeah. You can always learn from a breakup, no matter what type of breakup. And, I know a lot of people don't want to do that when they're hurting, but you'll get to the point where you can sit down and think about what you learned and what you'll do differently.
Yeah. Another reframe. I'm better off being single than in a relationship that was not working. It wasn't working. As good as you may have wanted to believe that it was, the fact that the other person called it off meant it wasn't working.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So even if it was, quote, working and quote, everything was fine up until 5 minutes before the other person decided to end it, it wasn't working for those 5 minutes for sure. Yeah. Often it doesn't pay off to try and fix something that's broken.
Yes. When it comes to relationships, I think that's so often the case. Like, what is the quote about? Just like a broken window, you can't really put a relationship back together when it gets broken to a certain point. Sometimes you can, but often you can't. I had a really close friend who was in a situation where his girlfriend just like walked out one night. It was shocking. And I think so he had gotten a shoulder massage from another person they were hanging out with, and his girlfriend got mad and just left. I can say I was close with these people and I was like, what? Is this for real? But you know what? Different value system. It wasn't working if he was going to do this seemingly innocent thing and she was going to get jealous and walk out on him. Yeah. Everybody was completely shocked, but it wasn't working.
Such a big deal for her and not a big deal for him.
Exactly.
Then clearly they're not on the same page.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was. When he was telling me about it the next morning, I couldn't even compute what he was talking about. He was like, "Oh, you remember when I got the massage?" And I was like, "What? No, what are you what are you massage? Talking about?" Yeah, and she was that mad that she left.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yikes. All right. So remember, here's step 5.
Yep.
I love this one. So pay attention.
Yeah.
Remember that the relationship is just one part of your life. Just because you feel like your confidence is shaken right now, remind yourself that you're still amazing. Like, focus on what makes you, you, with or without the relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love this one so much. So much can come out of learning to love your single life, being your own partner, being your own soulmate. And if once you can get to this point, I think there's a lot of magic there. I like this step. Yeah. All right. So another way to heal from this, unideal situation, follow the general breakup steps that we always recommend. If you join our Facebook group, we actually keep an episode catalog in that group where we break down our episodes by topics. And I would say, dive into the episodes that are just about healing from a breakup. We've got all sorts of different angles. But what are some of our tips? Build your platonic relationships, spend time with your family, journal. There's a lot of different ways that you can probably approach this breakup in your journal. Build your independence, build up your confidence, make new memories, take on a hobby, go on a solo trip, all of it.
Yeah.
So get out your pen and paper. There are some episodes that we would like to recommend. X-Files episode 4. So you want to get over your breakup? That's such a good one. I love that episode so much. Episode 29, rituals for breakups. Yeah, this would be an excellent type of breakup to do a powerful ritual around. Episode 31, 5 best things we did after breakups. We've got a whole bunch more for you.
Yeah.
All right. Another tip. Remind yourself that there is no magic fix to this problem. unfortunately. This type of situation just sucks, and trying to reminding yourself that there's not one solution will help you to focus on your healing rather than just embracing the story of being dumped, trying to explain it, trying to find closure, or looking for anything outside of yourself to make you feel justified in your devastation. This problem, these feelings of sadness are not going to go away overnight. You just need to focus on your healing rather than, looking for the answers, looking for the closure, looking for the quick fix, because there isn't one.
Yeah. Or just like staying in that state of like, I've been wronged and I don't trust anyone now. I think you just have to be like, wow, that was crazy and I'm hurt, but I'm going to get through this.
Yeah.
And starting there. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you can't force someone to stay, nor should you ever try to or feel like you have to, because just because you're exclusive, engaged, or married does nothing to prevent the fact that someone could just decide to leave, even if you, quote, did everything right and gave them everything they asked for. You can be monogamous and someone could leave. You could be in an open relationship and that person could still decide to leave. Yep. Yes, you should do the work to make a relationship fulfilling for both of you. You should talk about your problems and try to come to, make things better for both of you. However, it might be out of your hands. So what we want for you is to build the relationship to yourself so that even if someone decides to leave, which they always can, you will be okay. You'll be sad and you'll grieve and it may not feel fair, but it will not impact your feeling of worthiness. When you find a lifelong partner, they will stay because they choose to. Every day they make a decision to stay. And it's not because you did the right combination of things to earn that commitment. It's because they're ready to make that commitment to you.
Yeah. It's true. And the one person who's never going to leave is you. So use this time to build that relationship. You'll always be fulfilled if you can be your own soulmate. And, our hearts are with you if you're going through this. We are sorry. We know what it's like. And you're definitely going to get through this. We believe in you. The X-Files gals are always rooting for you.
Yes. So let us know what you thought of this episode. I know it might feel triggering to some people. We weren't so gentle. But I think these are things that someone needs to tell you, and we will be that person. Or those people.
If you liked it and you thought that we gave good advice, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. And we hope it helps. That's why we are here for sure.
Yeah. And go join the giveaway. Enter as many times as you can.
Yep.
And we hope that we'll be sending you some lovely gifts in the mail.
Yeah. If you do leave a review, that's part of the giveaway. So make sure to send one of us a screenshot of it.
Yeah. So leave a review and screenshot it. If you've already reviewed us, let us know you'd like to be entered into the giveaway and we'll enter you. And then you can also enter by tagging 3 friends on the post. And each of those tags of 3 friends gets you 1 entry and a review gets you 5. So go review us.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. We love you guys. We are wishing you the best. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye. Thanks for listening to X-Files, a podcast about breakups, broken hearts, and moving on.
If you like this episode, tag us on your Instagram story so we can connect with you.
And you can find me, Claire, on Instagram at Claire Lofthouse.
And me, Janice, on Instagram at Janice Formichella. If you'd like to join our online community, find us on Facebook at Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On.